What's up, internet? This is Dark Rule at 10:30 here, and I'm doing my video. Currently, right now, I'm playing Uncharted 3 on the hardest difficulty, and I'm already on chapter 12. And so far, I'm on one of the hardest parts on chapter 12, and I'm absolutely terrified. Anyways, today was actually. It started off as a great day, and then just worked its way to being, like, extremely bad. Me and Mike got into an argument for, like, the first time. It's been really bad. Well, I didn't really get into an argument with him. I didn't yell at him. He yelled at me. We went to Walmart in the morning, and everything was great. We were chatting, we were laughing, we were smiling. I have a cold sore, which I always get every year, and it's one of the worst things in the world. Anyways, I knew that we had to get some sort of medicine called a Brevia or Breva, whatever you call it, and it goes around the cold sore on my lip. And he says something stating that because it was $15 and it was just like a little tiny tube, and he's like, $15? I'm not paying for that. So I took that as, okay, he's not going to buy it. So I put it back. Everything else is going fine. We're shopping. Everything's doing well. We buy our stuff. We get into the car, and then he asked me, do you have the Abreva? I said, no, because you said that it cost too much, so I put it back. And then he flips out. He, like, yells and screams at me, and it's just yelling, and he says, I told you not to. So I say, yo, why are you blowing up at me? I'm like, why are you blowing up? It's not that big of a deal. Why are you getting so angry and agitated about this? And then he's like, because you're saying it like I don't have the money to pay for it and stuff. I say, you said that it was too much money that you weren't going to pay for it. So I got really upset. And because he's screaming at me and yelling at me and yelling and yelling and screaming and screaming and screaming. And I'm like, I never seen this. I mean, he raised his voice at me before, but it was in a joking manner, not in a serious manner. And he just looked so serious. He was just so frustrated at that. He says, now I have to turn back and blah, 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 blah. And all this stuff like that. I'm like, what the hell? What the hell just happened? I mean, I know that he just got home from work, and that could be the reason that he's cranky because he didn't get any sleep. But seriously, over something as stupid as that we could go the next day for, it's not that big of a deal. But whatever. There was a Walgreens that was on the way home. So he said, well, we're going to go to that one. So I shut my mouth and I didn't say anything because I didn't want it to be a fight. I just wanted it to be, just a regular thing. I'm sorry, I'm whispering. He's sleeping and I don't want him to hear me say this, but we drove to the Walgreens. We parked, and therefore he's like there and saying all this stuff. So I was wearing a hoodie, so I put a hoodie over my head because I didn't want him to see my face. He made me feel really, really bad. And it just felt really, 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 really bad. And so I have the hoodie over my face, and it's covering my whole entire face. And I'm sitting there in the car, and he's there saying, you're getting out of the car, and you're going to go in with me. I said, no, I'm not getting out of the car. And he keeps on saying, you're getting out of the car. If not, then we're going to stay here. I'm going to sleep here in the car, and blah, 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 blah. I said, okay, fine. We'll stay right here in the car and we'll sleep. Because you need to sleep, it looks like. And he's like, he stays quiet, pretends that he's sleeping. And then it just continues. It continues. And after 10 minutes of being in the car, I don't get out. I said, you know what? I swear to God, I will walk home right now and I'll wait for you to come back. And he said, okay, fine then. If you want to be a big baby about it, then fine. Gets out of the car, goes and gets the item, and that's when I break down. I'm crying. I'm like, no, he just didn't. How do we go from being this great morning where we're talking to each other, we're hugging each other, everything is fine, And all of a sudden he freaking blows up at me and makes it seem like everything is my fault. And anyways, I got so mad I didn't want to talk to him. I was crying. I didn't want to talk to him. I'm like, that's just a very asshole thing of you to do. How could you do that? But I didn't say anything. I just stood quiet. So he heard me crying underneath. The reason why I was crying was because it reminded me of a time that my father yelled at me just out of nowhere, just that loud. And it upset me to no end. He just yelled at me like that, and he literally treated me like my father, my stepfather, everything. And it triggered something, and it wasn't something to get so upset about, but it just hurt me that somebody that I love, that I really, really, truly, truly love with all my heart, that I sacrifice a lot, and he's treating me this way, and it hurt so bad. And I couldn't talk to him. Then he's coming into the room trying to talk to me, trying to put the cream on my face for me. I said, no, I'll do it myself. And he says, don't be like that. All this stuff. He said, I told him, just leave me alone. Just go somewhere and I'll talk to you. And he says, are you going to forgive me? And I said, you know what? Of course I'm going to forgive you. Because this isn't something to be upset about. But I need my time. Okay? I need to work up looking at you. I wasn't even looking at him. I said, I can't look at you right now because I saw a side of you that I didn't want to see, and I'm trying to forget it. So it's best if you go away and you do what you're doing. So he went away and he did what he did. I listened to some music to calm me down, and finally I hugged him and whatnot, and then he was crying. And he was hugging me and was telling me, I'm really, really sorry. I'm so sorry, you are my heart, and I didn't mean to snap at you like that. It was my fault. I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to do this to you, and all this stuff like that. But it hurt so bad that he did that. And I'm still a little upset about it, but I'm over it because it was something over something so stupid. And I'm like, I can't take it no more. I'm like, I'm not saying I can't take it no more. I mean, I can live with the guy. Not that problem. It's not bad, but if that happens again, it's becoming a problem, and I can't let that happen again. I love this man way too much, and it's ridiculous that he snapped at me over something so stupid. I understand if I'm driving a car and I ran a red light and you snap at me, I get it because I did something absolutely wrong. But if I forgot something, put it in the cart because you said that it was too expensive, so I said, yeah, that's right, it is too expensive, $15 for a little thing. He found it cheaper at Walgreens anyway, so therefore that's really stupid. So I don't get what the snappiness was. I don't get why he shouted off the top of his lungs at me. And he just says that he was upset because he thinks that he doesn't have, that he thought that I thought that he didn't have enough money to pay for it. I didn't say that. I know he has the money to pay for it. I'm just saying that he says it was too expensive. So I assumed that, put it back, it is expensive. It's $15. I agreed with him. But he didn't tell me to keep it in the cart. I just assumed I had it in my hands, and I was like, okay, I'll put it away. So I did. And he just snapped at me. I'm like, I cannot believe this. Why would he do such a thing? Why would he make me feel like that? And, right now, and it still hurts me when I think about it because I see his face. I see in his face the same thing that I saw in my father's, the same thing I saw in my mother's, the same thing I saw in my stepfather's. Every bully, I saw that same exact face, and it was always over something so stupid. I remember my mom gave me that face when I was at ShopRite with her, which is a grocery store over in the Northeast where I used to live. And I got so mad at her. because she just wouldn't leave me. She wouldn't let me. She wouldn't leave me alone. She kept talking about my weight. She just kept attacking me in every sort of way. I'm like, what the fuck this? So I said, Mom, bye. I'm leaving. I said, fuck that. I'm leaving. So I left, and I walked home. Got in there. Got in the house. She got there because obviously she had the car. I got home. It's like about it wasn't even a mile long. It was just not that. It was close. But I would rather walk home than have to deal with anybody's shit. I mean, if you're having a bad day, you're having a bad day, but don't fucking throw that shit at me. Don't throw it at my face, and don't make me feel like I'm worthless or that I'm this or this or this or this, because that really hurts. It hurts me, especially when it's from somebody that's supposed to love me, and I don't want people to hate. You know, I love my mom dearly, and my mom is one of those people that she can't apologize. She would just rather forget about it like it never happened. And I can't have that happen. I'm sick of that happening. Pretending that everything was okay when she clearly hurt me. And she can't even apologize. But yet, Mike apologized, and that makes him different out of everybody else. Because nobody else apologized. They just assumed that everything was okay and moved on with our lives. Anyways, cold sores are one of the worst things of the year. I hate cold sores. You can't even see it on my lips, so I'm kind of glad. I mean, you see the pimple that's right underneath it, but not the cold sore itself. But I know couples have their arguments. They fight. It's things, but I don't like it when people are gonna fight with me. Like, I understand a disagreement. Like, if we wanted to paint the walls blue and he wanted them red, and we're fighting about that, I understand that. But if it's something like completely not my fault, like I just assume something and he just snaps at me over something as stupid as that, and that scares me, because what else is he gonna snap at me on? What if I just put a dish in something and all of a sudden he snaps at me for that? It terrifies me. I can't. I'm scared. I'm scared of that. I don't like people shouting at me. I don't like loud noises. I don't like it when people just yell at me for no reason. I'm not a little kid anymore. I mean, you shouldn't yell at me for something stupid like that. But hey, I act like a little kid. But I shouldn't be treated with that type of disrespect. And even though he apologized, and I appreciate that, it still hurts me. You can forgive, but you can't forget. And that's the thing. Because I haven't snapped on him. The only time I snapped on him was when I was driving. And he snapped at me, so I snapped back at him. Because I'm terrified. I'm scared. I'm driving. So of course I'm going to be snappy. I'm going to be because I'm scared. Now I understand if you're tired. I mean, he said that he was tired, and I get it. You're tired. You're tired. You can't deal with that right now. You'll yell at me because you're tired, but seriously freak out like that? Well, even when I'm tired, I'm not like that. I mean, eventually he calmed down, everything was okay, but yeah, it's just like I was terrified to really touch him, because I don't want him to snap at me for touching him wrong or saying the wrong thing. It's ridiculous. But anyways, we're okay now. He's sleeping, he's fine, when he wakes up he'll be better. And me, I don't know. I'm gonna be playing Uncharted on Crushing, and I'm probably gonna be really, really frustrated because of this. Normally when I'm frustrated, I keep it to myself. I really keep it to me. I say, I warn you, like, please don't say nothing stupid right now, because I'm not gonna be able to handle it right now. And I don't wanna blow up at you. I usually walk away from the fight. That's my thing. But anyways, guys, I gotta go. This video is going too long. And I'll see you guys later. Peace out.